Hello and welcome to Something of My Own, where we will bring the latest and easiest home remedies straight to yours. We have a real treat for you today, as this afternoon we'll be learning how to effortlessly make soft pretzels just like the ones from the ballpark, right from the comfort of your own home. Here to show us just how to do that is Allie, who will be teaching us her own technique for preparing these homemade favorites. Please welcome Allie.
Thanks for being on the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
So, how long have you been making your own pretzels?
I want to say about 2 years, maybe 3.
And what made you want to make your own?
Well, ever since I started college, things have been financially difficult, and I've been getting burnout on ramen noodles and mac and cheese, you know, the cheap stuff, cheap processed stuff. So I decided to look online and figure out, well, what can I make that's filling and can make a lot and it's inexpensive? And pretzels was one of the recipes that I came up with.
Right, that's cool. So you would say that your recipe is more affordable than store-bought ones?
Oh, yes. Like if you go to the mall and you get a pretzel, it's maybe, I think, right around $3 for one pretzel. You can go to the store and get all of the basic ingredients for about $10, I want to say, and you can make about, I think I've made about 6 dozen pretzels just for, yeah.
That's awesome. How long does the whole process usually take?
Well, okay, first it's about, I want to say 20 minutes of prep time to mix all the ingredients, and then you'll want to let it set for 30 minutes to let it rise and double in size. And then once you put it in the oven, it's only 4 to 5 minutes.
Right, okay. And what all ingredients do you need?
All you need is bread flour, self-rising flour, sugar, yeast, water, baking soda, and butter. It sounds like a lot, but it's really...
Okay, cool. Let's move over and you can show me how it's done.
So I'm just going to put one of these aprons on. Okay. So your first step is the yeast and water. You want to combine it. Make sure to get 1.5 cups of warm water so it can dissolve. So I'm going to pour in 1.5 cups of warm water. And you'll want a tablespoon of active dry yeast. In my way. So I get 1 tablespoon, and you'll want to sprinkle it over the top of the water. And then stir in the yeast until it dissolves. And I already have some preset. It might be a little lumpy, but that's okay as long as you have most of it dissolved.
How long does that usually take?
Well, it takes about 2 minutes to set. So this is, after it's set, I'm going to stir this just a little bit more.
It's a lot of flour there.
Yes, it is. It's your main ingredient. A 1/4 cup of white sugar. You can use brown sugar if you want to chewy your pretzel, but I prefer white. Just going to sprinkle it in and let it dissolve. And then you want to take 2 cups of bread flour and 2 cups of self-rising flour and just gradually sprinkle it in while you're stirring with a whisk. A lot of people prefer to use a stand mixer. Most think that you have to have a stand mixer, but really it's so much easier to use your hands as well. I prefer to use my hands. Stand mixers are kind of expensive.
Yeah, it's a little more fun this way too.
Yeah, so
a little
I'm
messy.
stirring in the bread flour, and I would like you to stir in the self-rising flour.
Okay.
You want to give it a go?
Hopefully I won't make too big of a mess.
Yeah, just I'll hold the bowl for you.
That stand mixer's looking a little nicer now. I'm doing it.
I've just been doing this for so long that it's a hobby of mine, and
Ooh.
I don't know, maybe I like challenges, or maybe I'm just used to it.
Right. Well, I'm not. So.
And yeah, after you get that poured in, you'll want to have a mixing spoon like this to take out all the flour that got clogged up in the whisk.
Right.
So what I usually do is it's not that hard. And after you get that mostly mixed in, you want to, sorry, I'll just leave it there.
Yeah.
But use your hands and mix it together until it's all evenly. And you'll want to cover it with a cheesecloth. You can find cheesecloth or any clean cloth at your local grocery store. Third step, after it's been rising for about 30 minutes, it should double in size. Take off the cheesecloth and knead it just a little bit. And after I've done kneading it, we'll cut it into small pieces. So all you have to do is slice it and
So this batch will make how many?
About a dozen,
About a
I
dozen.
want to say. And I'm going to go ahead and cut off 2 pieces, one for me, one for you, so I can show you how to shape one.
All right.
So just roll it into a little ball, move that over here. You can do this and roll it out until it's long.
It's like Play-Doh.
Yeah, just like Play-Doh. It's important that it's moist and it's not too dry. So if it does get too dry, you can add a couple of drops of warm water and it should be right back the way you want it.
I am not very
Whoops.
good at this.
Yeah, I wish this was bigger, but so once it is longer, this one is a little dried out. But once you got it where you want it, you just, I'll let you finish.
I'm not very good at this at all.
Okay, I'm gonna show you the easiest way to shape it.
Okay.
All you gotta do, one around, the other, like that.
Mine's a little
Twist it
dumpy.
together, kind of like shoelaces, and shape it into a pretzel.
And you'll see
And that's
hers
what you
is
got.
much better than mine.
And after you get your pretzel shaped, you want to take, well, this is smaller, but for a dozen, you'll want about 3 cups of hot water and ½ cup of baking soda. And you'll want to dip it until it's completely immersed. And put it on a greased cookie sheet. It's important that it's greased. And bake it in the oven for 500 degrees for about 4 to 5 minutes. That's all it takes.
It's hot.
Yeah, but it only takes 5 minutes. And until it's golden brown. And then after you take it out, you'll brush melted butter over it, some salt. I have sea salt right there. You can add to it. And you can use cheese dips. Anything you want.
What about
if you
like
want to make
sweet,
it sweet,
sweet
yeah,
pretzels?
cinnamon,
That's what I
sugar.
like. So just tell me again the ingredients.
The ingredients are 2 cups of bread flour, 2 cups of self-rising flour, a 1/4 cup of white sugar or brown sugar, a tablespoon of yeast, 1½ cups of warm water for the yeast, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Then you want your bath for your pretzels, which is ½ cup of baking soda,
What does
3
that
cups
do?
of hot water. That is, I don't know. It's a sodium flavor. That makes it. Yeah, that's why I usually don't add the salt before I put it in the oven. I just top it off with some coarse sea salt.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, do you want to see the finished product?
Yes, let's do that.
Okay. So this is
Bingo,
what we got.
All
Would you
right,
like to try one?
I would. Would you like to try one with me?
Yeah, sure. They're at their best when they're just out of the oven and they're warm, hot, and fresh.
They're really good,
They're
Allie.
usually a lot softer when they're fresh.
Just give me some chocolate. There's a little.
See, you already dipped yours in salt.
Yes. Before baking.
Yeah, they come out pretty good.
Do
Anything else?
you like to make the big ones?
Yeah, you can make big ones. About this size for one batch, you can make a dozen. And if you want to make them bigger, probably about 6, I would say, in one batch.
Those are always fun.
Yeah.
So let's do this dough.
Oh, you want to mix the
yeah.
dough?
Have a little extra time. Show me how to.
All right.
Get in
Let's
there.
get this mixing spoon. Get the rest. That's probably the hardest part, is getting it out of the whisk.
Right.
But with a stand mixer, it's going to be the same way. Okay. Do you want me to show you first?
I'll let you get to kneading that.
Okay.
And I'm sorry that's all the time that we have today. Thank you so much for showing us your pretzel making expertise. They were delicious.
You're welcome.
I'm sure our viewers at home will be excited to try them as well. Thank you for watching, and be sure to tune in next week here on Something of My Own, when we will be learning the ins and outs of basic book repair as well as how to bind your own.